Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to another review. It took a couple days for me to come back, but I'm back and got my flu shot. I'm ready to survive the rest of fall and the beginning of winter. But first, let's get to a horror comedy from 2001, I believe. Yeah, and that is the second sequel, the first sequel to this franchise, Scary Movie 2. Now, I saw this a long time ago when I was a teen and I was young, so I didn't know what to expect. And while it's not better than the first movie, it's still a fun, funny, horror comedy. Now, there's pluses. It's a mixed variety, that's for sure. Like the pros, the cast is really good. You got Sean and Marlon Wayans. You got Anna Faris with dark hair. Her last time with dark hair in this franchise. You got Kathleen Robertson, who's a beautiful Canadian actress. You got David Cross in the wheelchair. You got Tim Curry as the lead guy, as the lead professor that takes him to the haunted house. You got James Woods in a cameo in the beginning of the movie, and a bunch of others, and Tori Spelling, yeah, and Chris Elliott as Hanson with the little hand. He has a little hand like Deadpool had when his hand was growing back. Yeah, this is really funny. Like there's a lot of scenes in the movie that made me chuckle, laugh. The beginning is a parody of The Exorcist. Later on, you go to a campus where uh, Anna Faris meets with Sean and Marlon Wayans, and like, hey, what's up? And it's a continuation. It's not a retcon of the first movie. It's still directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. Uh, there's a lot of good practical effects in the movie, not a lot of CGI. The only one of the cons of the movie, I don't like the villain. The villain is very weak. Not Tim Curry, the ghost in the movie is completely weak. Good actor, but he's completely wasted. You don't even see him until like the end of the movie. Which Hollywood, if you're gonna make a good villain, here's a note: don't introduce them too late. Don't freaking take their mask off, and you don't throw them in there at the last minute. Like not only introduce them too late, like also you just say, "Oh, here's the villain. Finally gonna see what he looks like," and I'm like, it's a ghost. Yeah, there's not really much of a villain arc there. But the film is a lot of fun. Like it's short; it's only 82 minutes long, so it's not a 2 hour comedy that goes on for way too long. Uh, Regina Hall also comes back, her black friend from the first one. There's also there are some non horror related thing. They have references to Charlie's Angels, the first movie. They have references to uh, that basketball commercial from back in the day where they were doing flips. They have references to, but they mostly kept it in horror, which is why it works as a sequel. There's some jokes that don't work. Like I said, that's another con. There's a jizz joke, just like in the first one, where a guy is getting really aroused by Anna Faris, and then right on the sky, she gets smothered again, just like in the first movie with hot jizz. Basically, it's not really jizz. It's like milk or something or cream, but it's just not funny. Like I don't find jizz jokes funny for the most part. Like in There's Something About Mary, there's a jizz joke as well. Oh, is that hair gel? I'm like, your bodily fluids are not really that funny. You know, jizz and piss and farts. It's just not funny. But the rest of the movie is like there's a scene where this Marlin is growing this plant like Little Shop of Horrors, and it becomes like a giant weed plant and tries to attack him. That's funny. Uh, there's a scene where Tori Spelling is getting, aroused by the ghost. That's pretty funny. There's a talking parrot that has a foul mouth like Deadpool, and it's kind of funny. And yeah, I remember watching this and having a good time with it. This is not for children. Do not let your kids watch this. There's a lot of profanities and sexual content that will not be for them, and some imagery that may be too scary for them. So but it's a lot of fun though for adults. This is one of the good ones, the only good sequel in the scary movie franchise. I didn't bother with 3 and 4 because I heard they were bad, and 5 is horrendous. It's not funny. None of the references are good. It's not even horror most of the time. It's Mama, that's horror, but the rest of it is just stupid references to other movies that are not horror. And I'm like, yeah, it's not funny at all. They have references to what was it, Mama and Cabin in the Woods and the Evil Dead remake, but I didn't like Cabin in the Woods or Evil Dead, the 2013 remake. But this movie's a lot of fun. This is the only good sequel because it kept it in horror. Once it's once they do like War of the Worlds and not Saw. Saw is still thing. What else? I think they did Signs and The Matrix. I'm like the Matrix sequels. I'm like those are not horror films. These are, and they also rip off Hannibal or Silence of the Lambs. That works because it's still in the genre. Know what you're doing. Don't try to call it a scary movie and then you're like, oh, let's just put non-horror related elements in there that don't make any sense. That's what killed the spoof franchise, the spoof genre in the first place. When they did stuff like epic movie, and half of the movies aren't even epic. They have like Borat. It's not an epic movie, or X-Men. It's not an epic movie, or freaking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, what the hell? If you want to make people laugh, don't lower yourself to the lowest common denominator. Make it funny. Make it R rated. Make it have some balls. And this movie does. And so does the first one. So, in conclusion, Scary Movie 2 is a fun sequel. If you want to watch it, there's many places to watch it. My friends, if you haven't watched it, Tevia, Sean, Parker, you guys are old enough to watch this. I know Parker's 16, but at least he's not 12, so he's mature enough to handle this. If you've seen Deadpool, it's got a lot of similar jokes to that, except breaking the fourth wall, which they don't do that much. But it's a fun movie. I would recommend it over 3, 4, and 5. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I need to take a nap. I'm tired. I just got a flu shot and I need to rest. So, see you guys in the next one. Sorry it took so long, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. Later.